As we journeyed through Spain, we stumbled upon a unique house built atop rocks. A remarkable discovery that left us in awe. This was once the home of a deeply religious family. Mr. Enrique, an expert in theology, and Mrs. Angela, a devoted philosopher. They lived here in solitude and raised their 3 children within these rocky walls. They rarely interacted with the townspeople and were seen as the strange, reclusive family by those in town. Around the house, dusty books on Nazi Germany suggest a hidden past, while signs point to a Jewish heritage. Yet the truth has faded along with these crumbling walls. Now the forest is slowly reclaiming the house. Vines wind through broken windows into the rooms where conversations about God and life once echoed. In this lonely corner where Spain meets Portugal, the house will soon disappear, and with it the last traces of Enrique, Angela, and their 3 children. In the last effort, we asked around town, but no one had any idea what happened to these people or why the house had been abandoned for decades. Today we will document their story and make it eternal before it falls into decay.
Welcome back everybody to the Bros of Decay. I am Leslie, like usual behind the camera, Mr. Danny.
Hello everyone.
And Danny, for the first time ever, which country are we in together?
Spain.
Spain. Me and Danny are exploring for the first time ever together in Spain. And we've only produced like 2 or 3 videos on the channel about Spain. So this is going to be super exciting. From now on, we're going to release some videos in the country of Spain. And we also have a pretty magnificent house for you all. And the first thing you see when I'm standing outside of here is this massive boulder. This is sort of a forest that we're standing in, and the house has been built inside of this forest on top of these massive rocks, these massive boulders. It's absolutely incredible, the landscape that we're in right now. There's even some fruit that fell from the trees. These trees over here. This one's pretty nice. You can even, you can just eat it. Oh no,
trees.
A worm.
No.
A worm went inside of it.
Yeah, it smells like rotten.
Yeah, it's fermenting.
Orange.
Oof.
Yeah.
Danny, let's go through this sort of foresty area, and then we're gonna make our way towards the house.
Oh my God, there's so much.
You have to push away everything to get over here. I think they used all the rocks from the boulders over here to construct this whole stepway and these walls over here.
Oh yeah, back in the day it was natural to do that.
One question before we go. These look like gravestones. Do you actually think these are gravestones or is it something else?
This was something, you see, I'm gonna try to...
Wait, can I see? Can I say what I think it is? I think it's to hold up the roots of the tree, like the branches, as you see over there.
Nah, this was to put something, it has this bend, and also that one, he was to put something here, like on top. I don't know what it was, but something just like that.
Maybe back in the time there was some sort of a business going on here where they needed these stones for. Because we see them also back there, everywhere in the garden. And here we get our first sort of glimpse at the house.
Be careful, please.
Yeah, I'm falling. Look at that. It's barely visible, but beneath all those shrubs and trees and branches, there is a house hidden.
Beautiful house, should I say.
Beautiful house, yeah. You're definitely gonna see it from the drone shots, but over here it's barely visible. They definitely, back in the time, had some sort of a agricultural business going on.
Yeah.
You told me about these before. They are sort of drying houses, right?
Yeah, yeah. You just put like corn or hay or something inside of it to dry.
Yeah.
It's a bit different than the Portuguese ones, but it's exactly the same function.
Yours have more stone around it. These
are yeah,
completely built out of
wood. Yeah.
wood, exactly. Yeah. Beautiful. And this is gonna be our stairway that leads to the house over here. Wow. Okay.
Ooh, it smells like,
Yeah.
sorry, rotten oranges everywhere.
Everywhere. They're just falling from the trees. One more thing over here. Look at this. This is the boulder that the house has been built on. Literally on the side of this rock, they built this massive house over here. Does this act as some sort of foundation, or why would people not just build a house somewhere else, you think?
Because you have a boulder, huge rock
solid
that you
rock,
can,
yeah.
that you can build next to it. Protects the house, protects everything.
I find it very cool.
Yeah, we
Like-
have huge towns in Portugal built
Yeah.
with inside, under, over.
Yeah,
With
must have
this
taken
rock.
so much time to build a house on top of these
Oh
rocks.
yeah,
You can even see the pillars have been hammered inside of this rock over here. And it's a very sturdy support, I must say. Beautiful. And here you can see the side of the house. All the shrubs and the roots that have grown here over the years.
be careful.
Let's go inside. What an entrance. The ivy greeting me inside of this building. Whew. Oh, this is a large entrance hall.
Hey, it's tall.
Oh, let me close this door. Well, it's very different from Portuguese places because in Portugal you always have large entrance halls.
Yeah,
But
I
in-
have to get up the stairs just to show how small it is.
It's very small in here.
It's just like a meter.
But it's very tall as well.
Yeah, very.
Maybe that's also the reason why this house looks like that, because it's built on a boulder. They didn't have much space to make an entrance hall.
Yeah, also because they changed it. You can see through the walls.
Yeah, over the years this place has been
Yeah.
renovated for sure. It's a very old place. We unfortunately don't know how old that this place is. They did, however, had a little bench here in the hallway for guests to sit while waiting for the owner. Danny, what I'm seeing over here is absolutely insane. Have a look at that. This whole side section of the building completely collapsed and gives us this natural decay of the dining space. Watch out, you're
Yeah.
rubbing off the paint on the wall. Literally over time, the paint is chipping off. The ivy is growing inside. The whole roof has collapsed on top of their former dining table.
This is crazy. Like this ceiling looks so nice, and
Yeah.
then here just
Maybe that's an
Total
old part of the
collapse.
house. Maybe an unrenovated part.
maybe.
Even the cloth on the table is still present.
Wow.
And then
That's
these
crazy.
upholstery chairs next to it that are weathering with time. Wow, they're falling apart.
Yeah.
Behind you, they also had this small little cabinet with some things left behind in there, like this fan, for example, that has been out in the rain for all these years. And this little bunny, his ear broke off. That's so sad. Even her knitting equipment is still left in there. I see that there's a lot of tile over there. I think the kitchen is behind here. Maybe you can put the camera over it. Maybe I should do it. Okay, let me see. Because I think...
Oh my God! Be careful. Ed.
Yeah, I'm very careful. Oh,
No, you're not very careful. Be careful. Yeah, you cannot see much, but you can see that it was definitely something.
yeah, I think this was the kitchen area over here. Whew. Ooh.
Heavy.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yep. Be careful.
Can you hand me that chair, Danny?
Why?
I want to have a proper look.
Oh God. Again with his ideas.
I always have these ideas. I'm the definition of a real explorer. I want to see everything in these abandoned places.
Yeah, but sometimes it's too dangerous. Oh Oh my God, Les.
Okay.
Please be careful.
Okay. Here we can get a glimpse of that former kitchen area. Look at that. Completely fallen apart. Everything is still in there. That's absolutely crazy. It was pretty cool to see, but also very dangerous. I also noticed that this was this stained glass window over here, or no, tinted glass window, yeah.
I don't remember anymore.
It's tinted, Danny. And it's like a little cavity underneath the stairs with a couple of wines left behind. Vinho Verde, that's the green wine, right?
Yep, and that's Portuguese.
Wow. And this is probably a handmade, homemade wine, or maybe something from the region. Phew. Cool little cabinet underneath there. Let's now go further. Up this small stairway here to another sort of entrance area into the house. And this is the hallway area that leads upstairs. And a nice lovely clown over here that would greet them when they came inside of the house. You can see, like Portuguese people, they also put cloths and pieces of of rugs everywhere.
Wow. A lot of dust in there.
Yeah, this place has definitely been abandoned for a very long time. How long exactly, I don't know. Let's hope to find that out during the video. Oh, look, there's a small piece that they probably made themselves with plants and even a moth from the garden.
You call that a moth?
Yeah, or a butterfly. Yeah. Okay. Here we come into the first room of the household. And immediately we are greeted with a wonderful dining space. It's been completely taken over by nature. Let's start on this side. Yeah, lovely television in here. Inter, it says on there. A brand that I'm absolutely not familiar with.
Me neither.
Looks a bit American to me. The knobs and everything. Not sure though. Wonderful piece. And then a drawer underneath it. Have you seen, oh, wait, there's one thing behind here. Ooh. This looks pretty interesting. I have absolutely no clue what it is. It looks like countries or a map or something like that.
Me neither, but I see India.
Oh yeah.
This is...
Oh yeah, this is Saudi, here is Dubai, Oman, Yemen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is in the Indian Sea.
This is maybe the spice trade routes of back in the times, because they always went with India with the boats to India. Interesting, beautiful thing. And then this cabinet, that's still pretty pristine to my opinion.
Yeah.
All the cups and glasses are still hanging in there. I love how you guys always hang up your cups like that. And to imagine that the building is abandoned for such a long time, with these cups still neatly hanging like that, very fragile.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. And all the pieces of china and porcelain are
Look
still
at it.
in here.
Those are beautiful.
Absolutely incredible. Probably one of the proudest pieces that this family used to own.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, the sound. Oh my gosh, that's that's killing my ears.
Oh,
Bottles of liquor.
Macieira.
Don't know it. Is it Portuguese?
It's Portuguese, yeah. Portugal, you see?
Oh yeah, from Lisbon. It's probably a very high percentage of alcohol.
Yes, and it's very old.
Yeah, as you can
Very
see, this
old
whole bottle is decaying. This cork literally broke off. Next to it, we have another bottle of liquor left behind. Canastra cream. It's probably, it's from London. Yeah. Lots of pieces, ladders and stuff like that. That's what it said. Club Personnel.
I have no idea.
Looks like a sort of shack to somebody from 1935, before the Second World War. Oh, and this has been written to the owner of the house, Angela Martinez. That's the former owner of this place. That's also the woman who studied or taught in the university. Pretty incredible. Even more letters and everything. Angela or Angeles, or what does it say here? Angeles Martinez. Wow, this is from 1957. It's always pretty incredible to me that I'm holding a document with such amount of age in my hands.
Yeah.
Like literally before I was even born, somebody wrote this, and now I'm holding this piece of paper in my hand. I think about that, and sometimes it creeps me out even a little bit. Here's a, looks like a shopping list of some sort. Yeah. Oh, have you seen this one, Danny? Looks like a classroom picture. See over here in the corner, they put a cross. This might have been one of the people that lived in this house. Or maybe the person who this picture is from. It's even completely written on the back over here. You can read a little bit of Spanish, right?
Yeah, kind of, but I don't understand.
It says over here, Vigo.
Vigo. Yeah.
That's a city in Spain. Wow. That's a very, very old picture.
Yeah.
Oh, got another nice little drawing over here on the wall of a man. He looks like he's walking the Casa de Santiago de Compostela, like the walking route through Spain. Even a little cap on.
I feel like it's a cartoon.
Yeah. See? It's from '64. I cannot read the name though, that's on there. Wow. Now let's focus back on that dining space. These people were the mother and the father, Angela and their husband, I don't know his name, and they had 3 children that also lived in this place. As you can see, this would be their dining room. They all sat together and had dinner. Whoa. There's a Nazi symbol, the SS and the Nazi symbol on here. Is this like a historic book about the Nazis?
Yeah, it says history of the Gestapo. It's Spanish, I don't know, but it's the story of something.
God. Yeah, that's like a complete book talking about Second World War and the Nazis. Jeez. Okay, let's put that here. And then we have, oh, this is one of those Portuguese symbols, right? Or
yeah, a traditional thing of Portugal, that's Galo de Barcelos.
We're still very close to Portugal right now. So it's pretty logical that they have things like this inside of their house. We can see the liquor over there. We can see the symbol over here. Lots of things from Portugal are still left in this house. This looks like drawn by a very cartoonish, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, piece of porcelain though. I'm pretty curious if it's also authentic.
Most likely.
Oh yeah, oh wow. It's from Coimbra, see?
Oh yeah.
Coimbra, and then made in Portugal, like literally written as a child would have written it.
Yeah.
This is a cool piece. Oh my. And then the pieces of the set that the woman had are all standing here on the table. Look at this milk jug that we have over here. How beautifully and elegantly it is designed.
Yeah. Incredible.
Facultado de Filosofia y Letras. That's probably, yeah, she was a teacher in the university, and this one is from Madrid, so maybe she taught in the University of Madrid. And we have a professor, actually. This is the house of a female professor from back in that time. It's incredible. Here we have a similar piece to the other one. I mean, in the style that it was drawn.
Yeah.
Like a castle or a little house on the hill. Beautifully made. Is this like a typical style to draw things, or?
Not really.
I've not seen this before though.
No, not really.
I love, however, how the vines of this plant are like curving over this piece. It just gives us a sense of how nature takes back these places over time. As you can see, the ivy is growing inside, literally bursted through the window and made its way into this room. And slowly but surely, nature is going to take over this place.
Yeah.
This is one of my most favorite things to see in abandoned places, like the ivy growing inside of a house. That's
crazy.
Incredible. We have another television over here, Philips, our home brand from the Netherlands. Very small television standing here, so probably they would watch the TV on here. This is an interesting chair. Whoa. Oh, it's sort of a rocking chair, I think. Yeah, that's a detachable piece. Does this come off?
No.
Oh wow, have you seen something like this before?
No, it's really weird.
Yeah, I find it really weird as well. Okay, I want to test it out because I've never seen it before. I hope I don't break through it, but... Oh yeah, it's like a rocking chair. Wow.
That's the first.
Yeah, I think it's pretty incredible though.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is probably something Spanish that we don't know. And a painting over here. Beautifully made painting of I think also a castle or a mansion back there. From 1872, Danny. Ooh, that's an old painting. Wow. The mirror also fell onto the floor over here. Luckily, it didn't break. Give the people one last view of this room. I quite adore it. I think it's a very special room.
What's gonna be the next room?
So we're now standing here in the hallway, and I think it all leads to these bedrooms over here. Let's go in the first one over here. Oh, ooh.
Still a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's very different from the Portuguese ones we had before. Oof. This was definitely a children's bedroom for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do we have in here? Oh, somebody collected, I don't know what these are,
Me neither.
pieces of metal. But we also get some papers over here. See again, Angela Martinez, the woman, the mother of the family, is depicted here. And this one is actually from 1996, Danny. Oh, we got a pretty recent date over here, or recent. This is 1 year before I was born, and 2 years before you were born. So, 26 years old right now.
Yeah.
26 years
So
old.
maybe that's the last date.
This is the latest paper that we have found
Yeah,
so far.
yeah, that's true.
So most likely. Little bedroom for a child, as you can see. A couple of things still left on the bed over there. On that side, we got his or her nightstand. Let me go over there. I can see that there's still a paper lying here. And Angelita, it says over here, right? Not, or is it the same name?
No, Angelita.
Angelita.
I have no idea.
So this might have been somebody else in this house. Maybe it's a love letter. Ooh. Oh, look how beautiful it's written. Dr. Julian.
No,
Don Julian.
To be doctor needs to be DR.
Oh, DR, yeah. Okay, this is a letter that's been written to somebody at that time period. Oh, it's a big letter. Yeah. 1976, it says over here.
Yeah.
From Angelita Martinez, one of the family members of this place. Maybe a love letter. The cabinets, the closets, still filled with the clothes. Looks like a lady used to sleep in this room. We got some lady clothes left in here. Interesting. Oh, and the bed linen.
Yeah.
Oh, towels, yeah. Yes, indeed. Some shelves with some booklets. Everything left behind. Is this a Bible? Or a dictionary? No, it's a dictionary.
I have no idea.
It's falling apart, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. More blankets in here. Does it get pretty cold in this area of Spain? Have you got any clue about that?
Yeah, it gets cold, yeah.
No. But not as cold as Belgium, perhaps.
No.
Probably not. Another piece of clothing in there. Whew. Here we are in the hallway again. We can look, definitely a family that was very religious back in the time. A lot of religious pieces over here left behind. Do we have a small agenda? Yeah, it was a small, or with the contacts. All the contacts could be written in here. Look at this enormous jar of eau de cologne vert, the green eau de cologne, it says on there. Like the usual fashion.
Oh, I guess it's strong.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. Yeah.
And it doesn't look green at all. It looks like...
I think it discolored a little bit over time.
Yeah.
I shouldn't smell stuff like that, I think. Who knows what's in there?
Yeah, true.
A couple of depictions, comics on here on the wall. Do you have any clue what it is? Looks like Spanish tradition, you see? Spanish clothing.
It looks Spanish, Portuguese, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, to be honest, I think Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese.
Could be cool, like representing all the countries in a line over here. Yeah, go in front of me, Danny. Have a look at this one. Another small little bedroom. So I think what we are seeing here is the 1, 2, 3 bedrooms of the children of this place.
Yeah.
Ooh, this bed is still made. Everything is still on there. We got it here in the corner. A doll with all these stones. It's pretty heavy. I was looking at
It's a lamp.
Oh, it's a lamp. Wow, so maybe it shines through these stones over here.
Wow.
Oh my. The whole window is again covered with ivy. Everything is growing inside. It pierced through the glass over there. Crazy. Yeah. A little Maria. I don't know what it is, but
Religious stuff.
religious stuff, yeah. Old books down below here. Encyclopedias. Oh, they're literally stuck together over those.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
The mold.
That looks pretty Portuguese to me.
That is Portuguese.
Oh yeah.
Fachada principal portada. That's Portuguese.
Wow. So this was their desk where they used to study and had all the drawers with the clothes in here. And probably, yeah, here we got a lot of bed linen left in this room as well. One of the children's bedrooms, and then that must have been the last children's bedroom over here. A few.
On that side.
Yeah, this side, yeah. So the children all used to sleep in this hallway. There's not much left of this bedroom. A couple of pieces of clothing left in here. Presumably also a girl, as you can see. Look at the bed. The only thing that's left on the bed is a blanket. And again, those depictions of those traditional clothes. Not much. Again, the ivy growing inside. I do love the ceilings in here. We haven't pointed them out yet. They're simple, but still very elegant.
I was showing you, a second ago, the ceilings.
Oh, okay.
They're just simple, but...
What I find about this house is that everything is very high in here.
Yeah.
Like, normally the ceiling would literally end here somewhere.
Where the door is.
Yeah. But these are very high. Do you think they had some sort of wealth in the family, or... It's not exactly a wealthy or noble house, but...
I don't think so.
It looks like a grand house though to me. Yeah. This room behind us here, Danny, is to my opinion the most beautiful room of this entire house. I mostly call these kinds of rooms the leisure room, but this was clearly the living space where the family just enjoyed their evening. Yeah. They had a grand piano in here.
We cannot skip that. It needs to be the first thing that we show.
Yeah, absolutely. But the saddest part of all this is the way it's falling apart. Like the mold on it over the years, the pieces of wood peeling off. I want to see if it has a brand on there. Oh.
We had it underneath here.
Oh yeah.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Ooh, a Spanish piano. That's the first Spanish piano that I ever encountered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a first for this channel. Very cool. So maybe it was a decoration piece, but maybe somebody in the house used to play piano. And that's why they had this piece here.
Yeah, definitely with these books of notes somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start over on this side first. And here we have these quite unique upholstery chairs left behind. Not that old, but I think they just look nice. They're
really nice, yeah.
This was something, it resembles something that my grandfather used to have in his house.
Yeah.
It's yeah, something like that. And right above there, we got the lovely picture of Angela and her husband when they first got married. You're a photographer, Danny. Can you examine this picture and tell me, is this a recent picture or is this a very old picture?
Kind of in the middle, I would say.
I feel like
40s, 50s.
1950s, you think?
Yeah, most likely. Maybe 60s, I don't know.
I was looking at these pictures inside of this house and thought to myself, maybe these people didn't pass of old age. Maybe it is something else. But if you say that this picture is like 1950s, then they might have passed of old age.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, because
I'm not quite sure.
in this picture they seem like 30 years old in their 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
And the house could have been in 96. So that would make it 46 years plus 30 is 76 years. Yeah, maybe past of old age.
Yeah.
We are not sure why this house is abandoned though, or why the children never came to retrieve these things. Another one. Yeah, I feel it's good that these books are in here to learn about the history and the things that happened.
Yeah, to not forget and learn from it. Yep.
Exactly. Here we see a beautiful depiction of the Last Supper. Jesus' cup where he sipped his last piece of wine out of. All the apostles around it? Would you call it like that? Wow.
Yeah.
I love this depiction.
Wait, apostles or disciples? I don't
Disciples. I'm not sure. Correct us in the comments, please.
In my language, is apostles.
Yeah, in Dutch as well.
Okay.
Oh, here you can see them when they were a little bit older, and here they had their 3 children already. I think it are 2 girls and 1 boy, depending from the clothes that we saw in the bedrooms. But this was that lovely family that lived here. This is maybe when one of the children got older. Yeah, looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
The glasses on. Of course, religion, the centerpiece of the house. Jesus. One last thing I want to say here. If I say it correctly, Ultima Cena de Jesus.
Ultima Cena de Jesus.
Yeah, what does it mean?
The Last Supper.
Oh, the Last Supper, okay. I don't know, sorry. Let's speak Portuguese or Spanish. The lamp on the middle of the table. Very small table here.
It's beautiful. It's different and beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Come over here, Danny. Let's have a look outside of this house. I can put this away.
Oh.
There's not a single piece of glass anymore in this window.
Oh.
Look how overgrown the backyard is. That's absolutely insane. Oh, I said there was no single piece of glass. There's one left over here. The ivy hasn't pushed that one out yet.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, even a small bird nest over here.
Oh yeah.
Animals take back these houses when they get abandoned.
It's nature.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. That's literally crazy.
Let's put the upholstery chair back in front of it.
I bet from the drone shots, it's crazy seeing the house.
I don't think, I haven't flown this drone, like we're filming right now, I haven't flown the drone at this moment yet, so I don't know how it looks from above.
Yeah, but the way that we got in, it's like covered with everything. So
I'm assuming it's crazy from up there. You guys already saw it, so yeah. Here we got another depiction of that
Faculdade.
Faculdade Sofia e Letras.
Filosofia
e
Letras. I'm reading in Portuguese, by the way. I'm not speaking in Spanish.
1975, Danny. Yeah, that's a reasonable date. I'm not sure about it though. Still figuring things out. Pretty Portuguese bench down here. I don't know if Spanish people also make these kinds of benches, but we see them a lot in Portugal.
Yeah, probably, I don't know. They are just neighbors, so kind of the same culture.
Beautiful painting. Wow. Yeah, these are similar types of seats. Next to it, there's probably a set that I bought at some point. I adore this room. Really like it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the oil lamp even above here. Oh, I forgot to point this out here in the corner. This is a tapestry here on the wall.
Yep.
Wow, an old depiction of a town somewhere. Somewhere Portuguese or Spanish. beautiful though. And then we can come further to this section of the house here. And this, to our knowledge or to our belief, is the master bedroom of the place.
Yeah, at least it looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a children's bedroom.
No.
At all. Oh, wow, this room is decaying. Oh, have you looked over there in the corner, Danny?
Yeah.
The house is also falling apart over there. I always find it very sad when these places fall like that. Let's look in the cabinet. Oof. Even more music notes here in this cabinet. More handwritten notes. I can see a picture in here.
That's a photo album.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. This is maybe pictures from when they were older.
Definitely.
Oh, I dropped one. I'm gonna pick it up in a second. Oh my God. That's beautiful. Look at them. I don't think these are the same people as we saw before.
No.
There's definitely a different couple.
Probably the children.
Yeah, most likely because these are colored pictures, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, here they got that first child or the second child or something. Wow. And then they have these Spanish dresses on here. The grandmother together. Oh, this is... We've seen this man before in the picture.
Yeah.
That's the man, yeah. And here he's holding his child up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that. Let me put this one away for a sec. The grandchildren.
Whoa. This is beautiful.
Just by accident we find a complete photo album in this place. Yeah, we dropped one over there. Oh, coming down the stairs with our father. He looks like he's in a marine or something.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be left in these houses, Danny.
Yeah.
Every single time you find pictures, like, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, especially photo albums.
Yeah. A vanity here in the corner, where the woman and the man checked their hair in the morning, did their makeup. I'm quite intrigued by this. This is tractor perfume. Is this for farmers or something?
This is not perfume. That's...
Is that oil?
Yeah, that's to restore something.
Okay, I thought it was perfume for somebody
No,
that worked in a field. Even more pictures over here, and these look more vintage than the other ones. So they are probably from Angela and her husband. Wow. Look at that one over here.
The
Family
dust.
picture. Yeah, nothing is like visible on here anymore. A similar lamp, but unfortunately over here it broke. And then the bed itself. I find it a rather small bed for two people.
Yeah.
Like, you're very cramped in here. But you guys from the south, you were way smaller back in the time, right?
Yeah.
And I think it would fit. Don't put two Dutch people in this bed.
No,
It would
no.
definitely not fit. Religious piece above the bed to keep them safe at night. Over here in the hallway, they also had this lovely mirror with the tile around there. Very typical. Hollandaise. The jewelry is also still here. And a small book. I think this is the side entrance to the house, I'm not sure. Yeah, used to be the side entrance.
Look at the door. It's literally being taken over.
Yeah. Like, this is their backyard. That's their backyard, everybody. That's insane.
That's literally insane.
That's insane. Oh. Be careful that I don't lose my fingers. Go into this room over here, Danny. This used to be the bathroom of the place. Whoa. Here,
Go for it.
yeah, here the ivy and the roots literally pierced through the walls, as it seems like.
Yeah.
They have found their way inside of the house, and they're just nestling themselves here. Look at that. It's attached to the wall.
It looks crazy on camera.
Yeah, I can imagine. It looks like one of those horror movies.
Yeah.
Where the house has been taken over by ivy.
Yeah.
It feels like a horror movie when I'm standing in here. Like it can be grasped by these roots at any point. Yeah. Look at the wonderful toilet that we have here in the corner. It's one of those flushing style toilets with the handle and everything that you have here. And everything is also still left in this bathroom. I mean everything, there's a couple of things left behind. For example, their toothpaste and their glass is still here.
Feels like a very old bathroom.
Yeah, for sure. Testing if the water still works, but of course, Leslie, it doesn't work anymore. And a teeny tiny bathtub over here as well.
Yeah.
Whew, that's very small. Like, I wouldn't even fit in there. I literally had to sit like this.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Bidet, everything. Oh, this room there. I get a little bit of shivers inside of this room. I don't know why. It feels a bit crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Me neither. Crazy.
What is?
You're without words.
Yeah, without words. Look over here.
Yeah.
The wall is breaking open. Oh, this lamp. There's a spider web of 1 meter long hanging from it.
Jeez.
Okay. Up the stairs it is, to the last section of this house. Here in the hallway we got another wonderful tapestry. Watch out, Danny.
Yeah.
Stuff on the floor everywhere. You already tripped on it before. Wonderful tapestry of a woman caring for the animals, the dog looking at her. They even had oranges back here. This could have been the house. Could have been a tapestry of the house. Okay. Ooh, these upper floors are narrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. I can barely stand here. Yeah.
No, put yourself there to show.
Yeah, it's very small. Very small. Definitely a section of the house that was used less often. Here's a small cavity for bad people. The pot's still standing here. Okay, watch out what you had, Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, you literally have to crouch to go up here. Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, be careful.
Yep. Stuff everywhere.
Jeez.
Turn around the camera. I really like.
Oh my god, there's so much
stuff on the floor. This is one of the roof tiles, but this one is actually just made out of glass to make a skylight. And you can see around here, there are actual roof tiles. Pretty interesting. So that's to have natural light on these upper floors. That travel suitcase, still here. It's like completely full of magazines and papers over there. Wow. Behind us here, we have a sort of room on the attic. I think it used to also be a bedroom back in the time, but very, very long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Like this bedroom hasn't been used in forever. They probably just used the downstairs and used this as a storage space for the house.
Doesn't even have a mattress.
No, and look at the bed frame, how old it looks.
Yeah.
Like it's made out of wood. I don't even think this is comfortable at all.
Oh no.
No. Even the bedpan over there. Yeah. No, way before this was used.
God.
Yeah.
Some things are crazy to see.
Oh, what a beautiful side I'm holding here in front of me. Look at that. It's the balcony of the house.
My god.
Look at these flowers growing inside of here. Yeah, I have to be careful.
I can show it from here. First the flowers.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love the color.
And then the overview of the garden.
What garden?
What garden? Yeah, good question. But this house is in the middle of nowhere, everybody. See all the trees around there. It must have been very peaceful in the time for the children to play out here and to enjoy their childhood.
Crazy.
This is actually also a pretty cool corner. All the books, a small library over here. Yeah. Hundreds of books and magazines and everything left behind. They look very old.
Yeah, they are very old.
They are very old, yeah.
Look at this.
Oh my, look at this book here in the corner.
Yeah, if you touch it, it's gonna fall
I actually
apart.
wanted to ask if I can take it out.
It's gonna fall apart literally.
I'm gonna be very careful. I just wanna... Oh no,
It's
no,
stuck.
no, no, no.
It's even
I'm
stuck.
not even
Yeah.
gonna do it now. Maybe this was all for her when she needed a study to teach the children or to teach the students in university. Beatissimo?
Yeah.
Padre?
Baptismo.
Hmm. This is like a baptism, right?
Yeah.
Angel, Fernandez, Garcia,
M.A. means Maria.
So this was one of the people in the house? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, 1964, everybody.
Oh,
It's beautiful though.
64. Wow. Okay.
You got a certificate like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So probably it was one of the daughters after the marriage.
Absolutely. Angel, Angela, Angel. So they named them after each other.
Yeah.
Hear the bells in the background? That's the bells of the church. Ah, okay. Up here we even got the water tanks for the house. To provide the house with water. Don't know if that's something. No, that's just some storage space. Oh, look at that clock that's back there.
Oh wow.
Does it still have a clock face inside of it?
I don't think it was a clock. I think it was for a scent. It has a painting inside.
Oh, a little shrine then.
Yeah.
And here we come into another bedroom that's again like the other one, incredibly old, forgotten over time. The letters still lying here. Wow.
Ooh, they look old.
62, they're actually not that old. 56, I'm saying not that old. Beautifully cursive, handwritten letters. People back in the time literally learned how to write stuff like this. It's absolutely wonderful. And then the bed, over to this side as well. What's inside of it? Look at that.
That's
cork.
Cork. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a mattress.
Yeah. And in France, they use a lot of times horse hairs inside of these mattresses. I will link a video up here of a French place with horsehair in the mattress. But because it's Portugal and Spain, they have a lot of cork, so they just use the material that was most familiar to them.
Cork, hay.
I don't think this is very comfortable though to sleep on.
I mean, I never tried it, so I don't know.
I'm also not gonna try it here.
No,
I'm not gonna try it. Wow, incredible. What a wonderful story of the Martinez family and the people that used to live here. I adored going through this place. I adored filming our first video together in Spain, Danny. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for being here with me, and we're gonna make it an epic road trip throughout this country that we have not conquered before. Thank you all very much for watching this week's video. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a nice comment in the comment section. There's also a link in the description for Patreon. There you can support the channel and help us go and film these places. And there's also a link for Mr. Danny in the description. They can check out his channel, and he makes vlogs and other different kinds of stuff on his channel. With that all said, thank you very much, and see you next week in another epic adventure. Bye bye, I love you.